Hi. Well, I wanted to do this video to give an example of the incredible value that comes when you have different points of view in a collaborative valuing system. I have a friend who is studying with Carolyn Myss this year, and a good person to study with. So in a conversation we had, my friends had brought up the fact that we have nuclear bombs, nuclear weapons all over the world, and they have grown in number since we first split the atom, and countries began using that technology to bring harm. And in the conversation, or the interviewer with Carolyn Myss, not directly with my friend, of course, but Carolyn Myss pointed out that that's why it was so important that we change consciousnesses, that we raise our level of thinking about things, so nobody would ever think about pushing the button, because the buttons are there. And one push of the button, that energy goes everywhere, because there are no boundaries. Air has no boundaries. That's true. That's true. And so I listened and heard, and then I said, there's no need to keep the buttons. And my friend looked a little surprised and said, what? And I said, there's no reason to keep the buttons. We have the authority to remove the buttons. We have the authority to remove the energies. We have the authority to remove those weapons of destruction. We have the authority. We, in female bodies, who have taken back our voice, our discernment, and our responsibility to choose. Sophia, the power center, the solar plexus, the power to choose what will bring greater life. Women say, yes, expand. That which will bring death, destruction, disease. Women were intended to stand up and say, no, remove it totally from our energy field, which will then eliminate it from our physical field. Oh my gosh, how exciting is that? We will get rid of those buttons. We will get rid of war tools. We will change the fact that we have guns killing people, because we will bring in all the forces of the great beyond, whether you call it heaven or the galaxy or spirit. They are there to answer our call. We've forgotten. We've been made to forget. Does that mean that we shouldn't worry about consciousness change? No. Consciousness change is really important too. Growing ourselves back to ourselves. We call it evolution, but we're going back to who we really are. What does it take to get there? It's an individual journey. It's great that we have so many who are understanding that and support each other in doing that. But in the meantime, those of us who understand that the other fork is, we will not allow war, violence, mass destruction, those weapons to remain in our energy fields or on our planet. When I was first beginning to understand energy, this was in the late 1980s, early 90s. There was a lot of activism around stopping tests around the nuclear plants. And I had friends who traveled regularly to protest. I remember, and I don't have all the details of it, but there was a group who decided they would disarm a bomb with their imagination. And they did. The bomb was disarmed, it was a dud, didn't work. This is not new technology. But you see the collaboration. Here's a piece. There are those saying, change your consciousness. get into that love frequency, go into the fifth dimension, whatever that might mean to that group. And that is good. The other is, and we will step into our authority voice and say, no. Energies that allowed it in move back to their home of origin. Beings who are committed to that work, back to their home of origin. That is also part of the work. A collaborative field, this and this. Either one alone isn't complete. We need both and more, this and this and this. We need your voice. We need what you know. Get in touch with me. Check out my website. There'll be things that we can do together. Many blessings.